Hey guys, it's Roscoe on the Space Catch today. The Force Awakens has been out for about a week now, so I've managed to have a good look at it. And as you know, I'm one of the believers in Finn possibly being Force sensitive, and there's a few more bits of evidence I think have come to light. One of which is very interesting, and that is, does he use a Jedi mind trick on Captain Phasma? Now, you might think that no, there's no way. I mean, he's so over the top in that performance. But think about it. They capture Captain Phasma, and you know he's doing his I'm in charge, and all of that. It's very easy to overlook the fact that after Han Solo says calm down, he then says follow me in a very calm and controlled and commanding voice, you know. And then in the next sequence, where Phasma is at the show saying, you're making a mistake, he says, do it. You know, again, very calm and controlled. And the third interaction in that sequence, where after she's raised the shield, says, you won't escape, my troopers will get you all, he says, I disagree. Again, very calm, controlled and commanding. So it's very possible that he is unknowingly using the Force, just like he said he would when he was with Han and Chewie outside. Now, if it's the case, this does essentially mirror Rey's whole Jedi mind trick experience with the Stormtrooper. Now, there is a lot of mirroring in The Force Awakens, and I don't just mean the really obvious stuff from all the other films. I mean, it mirrors itself. I think I'll do a separate video on the mirroring and the use of that in The Force Awakens. It's very interesting. So that is some new evidence that I think is possibly shows Finn's Force sensitivity, if they decide to go down that route, you know, because in each of those instances, his performance, he was very calm, you know. Yeah, he's like, ah, when he's like first saying, I'm in charge, but then, like I say, do it. All of that sort of stuff. Very interesting indeed. Now, just to go back to some of the earlier things about Finn, when they're in the cantina, Maz's castle, you know, and she's giving her whole "we must face them, fight them" speech. The camera focuses on Finn the whole time. It's really interesting how it slowly goes in on him. I think that's more to show his fear of the First Order or of the dark side in general. But then when she says, all of us, it's Finn that she's looking at when she finishes that sentence. So, very interesting. Also, that whole I see your eyes, it really hasn't been explained. Is she seeing the eyes of a descendant of someone she knew, or is it just the eyes of a personality archetype that she's come across in the past? I guess the question is left open. Now, when Maz gives Finn the lightsaber, remember in the novelisation, it's, what's the line? The lightsaber, it felt comfortable in his hand, lighter than a blaster. Was he worthy of such a gift? Only time and circumstance would tell. When she hands it over and he puts his hand on it, there's a thunk. That it has a real weight, not just a physical weight. You can tell that there's something important has just happened. And the look on his face is... it's very interesting. The camera only focuses on it very briefly. You don't really get to see, you know. But there's a look of real concentration before that camera shot cuts away very quickly. Now, it's also kind of the same when he does first turn on that saber. You know, when he's saying, I need a weapon, and Maz says, you have one. There's this look of awe and then real determination on his face. And that would very much go with that line that was cut, the I see your eyes, they're a warrior's eyes now. So, again, possibly a little bit more bit of evidence. Now, just on the whole theme of using musical cues, there was that report that the musical cue used where Finn gets blooded is the same as when Rey is being interrogated by Kylo. That does indeed appear to be the case. I can hear that, like, there's this new, like, Force sound, you know. And also, when she's using the Jedi mind trick on the Daniel Craig Stormtrooper, they use that then also. We have mentioned in the past Finn not being associated with Force user themes. That's not quite correct. When they're on the Falcon talking to Han Solo, just before the Rathtar sequence, and Finn saying, you knew Luke Skywalker, and Han says, yeah, I knew Luke. The binary sunset, the first part of that, is playing in the background. That is obviously more to do with the fact they're talking about Luke Skywalker, but hey. There's also several times where Finn is in the associated with essentially the Rey's theme and Kylo's theme. They're both clearly now Force user themes. I'm thinking particularly, you know, where Kylo's captured Rey and Finn's running through the wreckage of Takodana and goes, "Way!" at the very end. It's a version, very martial version of Rey's theme that is playing. And I think towards the end, is it in the lightsaber battle at the end? Finn and Kylo, sorry, not Finn's theme. Rey and Kylo's themes, I think, are playing during that. So yes, he is associated now with Force user themes, but again, that's only if they want to go down that route. He still could just be a stormtrooper who defected, and that is all there is to it. He's still a total badass, by the way, if that's the case. Absolutely the most original character there's ever been in the entire Star Wars saga. He does not need the Force to be Force sensitive, but my God, it would be awesome if he did. You know, because there's all these clues now, and if they want to go down that route, they can. People will not be disappointed if there's another Force user in those films, considering people also want Poe Dameron to be Force sensitive as well. Now, I know we're not going to get everyone to be Force sensitive, everyone's not going to be wielding a lightsaber, but I do think Finn should definitely have his own lightsaber in the next movie. The next one, it's going to be dark, the next film. Obviously, we want it to be the Empire Strikes Back of this current trilogy, while at the same time not being the Empire Strikes Back, because we already saw that in the Empire Strikes Back and in The Force Awakens. So yes, it's going to be darker, and at the end of a dark film, you need just a point of light, of hope, you know? So maybe Finn realising he's Force sensitive will be that point of light at the end of episode 8, because God knows it's going to be brutal, I expect, that film. Anyway, guys, that was just some of my thoughts on Finn after having another couple of watches of The Force Awakens. Why don't you let me know if there's anything else that you've spotted about Finn or the other characters that either confirm or deny our suspicions on his Force sensitive status. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content, leave me a comment or suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.